What's up? What's up? Hello, everybody. Think everything's good. All right, cool. We'll put out a post on. We'll just put out a post. All right. Uh, Honestly, like, I feel like I also need to. How do I do this? It's like this, right? I share it, create a post, this, done. Very cool. I want to search up. Pretty much my live streams. I don't know how to remove uh, the live stream thumbnail to make it better, but it's okay. I thought I'd figure it out with you guys rather than trying to. Yeah, like I want to do this and then I want to get into coding in a little bit. Um, but yeah. Uh, Hope you guys are doing well. Hey Sonic, welcome, welcome. I am back. Thanks for coming by. Uh, just trying to figure this out, honestly. I'm so happy you're back. You're so close to 600. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that you're still here. Thanks for always supporting me. I always appreciate it. Yeah, I got most of the stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna say I have it figured out, but I feel a little bit better to start streaming and everything. So, um, yeah, I'm just doing my best to still be here for you guys, obviously. You guys have been here for me, so it's only fair that I try to do my best to come back for you guys. So, yeah. Alright, it doesn't seem like there's a way to figure it out. Alright, I can't figure it out. We're just gonna get back to coding. I don't think there's a way to do it. If anyone knows, feel free to let me know. Um, cool. So let's start by doing first session. All right, we are starting somewhere around the 7:14 minute mark. Uh, okay, cool. So where did I leave off? I left off uh, fun time, relaxing, working. Okay, so I finished implementing the search query, but now we're working on transferring all of the logic into a modal sheet. Sounds pretty, sounds simple enough. So we'll try doing that. Let's run our project. Can't believe 7 more days till Christmas. Yeah, yeah, I'm excited for Christmas as well. Get to spend some time with family, hopefully. Uh, I hope that's your plans as well. You have anything planned for a holiday, Sonic? You have any what do you call it? Do you want anything for Christmas? Mm, okay, so I think where we left off, we were just editing this. Yeah, we were editing this header, and now we need to fill in the rest of this modal sheet. Okay, cool. Also, we have to work on all of our explanations. Like here, we should say uh default value is true. Um decides if a toolbar is shown. Default value is true. Just something so that when we hover over it, is this right? Show reusable. Shouldn't it also work for parameters? Hmm. I'm not sure. Uh, hey Kitso, welcome back. Just going to spend time with family. Yeah, that's cool, Sonic. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for hanging out as always. Let's move this OBS to the other side. All right, cool. I think we're good. We are good. We are good. And let's can we jump into this? Let's see what they do. Honestly, like the way that I ended up making this, like this reusable sheet, maybe this should have been maybe this should have been its own class, like its own widget. No, because we just called the bottom sheet. Okay, I don't think there's any way around it. I think I think that should be good enough. And if people need context on what these particular things do, they can they can just go into the actual thing like this. Although it's weird that I can't comment on parameters. How to write a comment for parameters in Flutter. You have to go? Oh yeah, no need to say sorry. Thank you. Thanks for coming by. See you around. Let's try that. Let's try at is toolbar enabled and do test. And how does that work? It doesn't really do anything. Oh, I see. I'm just supposed to do that. What's a component? Yeah, it seems like they just write the comments here, like what each one does. So I should just do it that way. All right, let's do it that way then. So we're just doing some documentation here. Uh, hey, what's up, Yuta? Welcome back. Give me motivation for doing a fitness session this day. Listen, you just gotta lock in. You got this. Just try going to the gym or try doing a workout to start, and then just focus on getting to the gym. Focus on just starting to work out, and everything else will fall into place. So you got this. I don't doubt that you got this. And now I'm expecting you to do your session. So you should definitely push yourself. Is used to call a function. Should also I should also yeah, I mean I think I'm just kind of in my thoughts, but I'm just kind of explaining this modal sheet because it doesn't really have any details for the parameters, and I'm just trying to get better with commenting on everything, honestly. So yeah, let's see. Is used to call a function when uh, the modal sheet. I wonder if this will work. Like, will this? Is trigger. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. You just have to be good about it. All right, thank you, sir. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to you too. Let me know when you come back, and how your session went. Sometimes when I'm creating these functions, I think maybe it's too much if I'm like writing this much, but honestly, sometimes you can't help but have methods that are like this that just have like a lot of parameters. But most of the time you should try to have like 1 to 2 parameters for um 1 to 2 parameters for a function if you can, and anything else should be modularized. But this one seems like I couldn't really do that. So uh that coding looks like a nightmare. Yeah, it's a little bit, but it's the coding isn't too bad. It's just I'm documenting so it looks like it's a lot, but the reason why is because like if you save this and you go into here, like it comes out like this. And the reason I want to do this is so that when people are like reading uh about the parameters, they can like come down here and they can see the things that are there. But even looking at this, it actually looks very daunting because there's no space in between. So I'm actually gonna put a space in between all of these. And it's gonna make the comment look even larger. But honestly, um, where is it? But honestly, it probably looks really oh, I see. The spacing doesn't do anything. You probably need to do like a backslash n or something, maybe. No. How do I do spaces in markup? Uh, right, let's not do bullet points, maybe. Maybe that's what's messing it up. Let's do something like this. Does that look nicer? Uh, it, maybe if I do this. All right, parameter details. Yeah, that looks kind of better. Yeah, that looks better for sure, actually. All right, let's remove the bullet points and just do something like that. All right, I mean, that's not bad. It does look like a mess, just because like there's no way to yeah, there's no way to assign like there's no way to find what sticky header does unless you know to like look in this area, but it's better than nothing for sure. All right, that's good enough. We wrote some comments, which is always good. But now we get back to our daily program, which is to work on this section. So let's see what we wanted to say. We definitely wanted to say, we don't want it to say blocked apps. We want to say block apps. And then we want it to have this menu, right? Okay, so if we wanted to have the menu, we want to move everything. We want to move everything that is currently in the blocked app page. And we want to move this all to, yeah, we want to move all of this to the plus button, right? Or to the modal sheet, I mean. So don't need reusable modal sheet anymore. And this should be the content, right? This should be the content of the page. Yes, it should be the content. So that means that we should just honestly, like, we should do one of these. Just copy this, bring it in here, minus the plus button, and we can import all of these things that are needed. I feel like the model should be in its own thing at this point. It doesn't make any sense for the model to be in a page, right? I mean, this is also getting pretty extensive. Yeah. You should really move it out. All right. We'll think about moving it out later, but I think we should. And where was I? So now this is all saved, right? The modal sheet has this blocked apps page, and we want to just rename all of these instances to blocked apps modal sheet content. I hope it doesn't change this. It doesn't. That's good. And then we can pass this into here. So we can do that by doing content. And I broke something. What did I break? What did I break? What the heck? Okay, I definitely broke something. What is happening? Why does it keep doing that? Debug. All right, it's clearly having an issue with layouts. So let's see what's happening here. I see. So let's future builder issues. Okay, that makes sense. I think what's happening is our future builder isn't essentially the modal sheet. Creating a modal sheet is a future builder as well, I think. Like it depends on a future state. And so we're creating a future builder within a future builder. Kind of hard to tell with all of these issues, but this is block apps modal sheet dart 90. Yeah, so it is the column. Honestly, the problem is honestly that there isn't like here, where do we call this, right? We call it in the router, and the router has a scaffold, right? That's part of the problem. A scaffold already handles a lot of the constraints. See, like the content here needs a specific height, for example. So I think we need to wrap this in a container. Yeah. All right, let's wrap this in a container. Let's do this. All right, there you go. So now, okay. I mean, obviously not ideal. It looks pretty ugly, but it looks a lot better because we can see it now. And, all right, there's a few things missing here. The first thing is we need to pass, how long is this? All right, it's 100. It's not bad so far. I want to take this out too because this is a little distracting. And I want to comment this all out. And I want to wrap it in these comment blocks because is this going to format properly? No, that's cool. Okay, I think I was just cleaning things up. So the thing is that initially when we had this page, we added space so that we wouldn't get in the way of the top toolbar that we have here. So now we need to remove that spacing because we don't need it. So let's see. Column, it's probably in here. Yeah. And that's going to mess this up, but that's fine because this is going to be a completely different this is going to be completely different because this is going to belong here now. Is it okay that this still says block apps page header? Not really. This should be renamed. See, at the same time that it should be renamed, aren't we still going to have a search bar? I mean, this is going to be... This should actually be different. I think this should be the header, like this should be the same, and then we should actually modify this header to be customized. Like, should we turn this into a reusable? No, we shouldn't. Because that would be the same as creating a reusable modal content, and we don't want to do that. Hmm. I think we can just make a block apps page like modal header. So, we can copy, paste, and we can rename this to be because that's what it ends up being, right? Or what would this be? I was editing the wrong one. Modal sheet, search bar. Is that good enough? Blocked apps modal sheet search bar. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's rename this. All right, I think that's good enough. And we can put that into here. That'll import that. We don't need this. And now we can remove this margin and everything. So this will look okay. And now this will look okay. Seems like there's a little bit of duplicated logic, but I think it won't be duplicated for long. Like they just look the same now, but we are going to remove this this thing that doesn't, like, that honestly just looks very weird in the modal sheet, like this arrow. So let's start by doing that. And that's with the chevron left, I believe. And we don't even need all this animated size stuff now that we're let me see. Yeah, we actually don't need that, which is kind of cool. We will probably need the animated size later on because we do want to have like a reset function. But yeah, I mean, that looks a lot better. That does not look better. It kind of takes up a lot of the space. So what we probably want to do is we want to lower the modal sheet size. Let's do a 1 multiplier, see what that looks like. And if we search, okay, yeah. And if we search, it'll bring it up to 2/3. So that is what we want. Maybe a little bit higher, like 1.5. If we want it to be something like this, and if it does that, it'll increase the search into something like that. So it'll bring it up, it'll bring it down. It's all okay. And cool. Okay, so even this outline feels a little weird because there's not really like a distinction between the colors, mostly because it's green. Is that how I feel about these as well? Yeah, the colors do look a little bit blended together. It's kind of hard to tell, especially when there's background elements like this. Kind of blends in way too well. So we might have to change our color palette here so that it's better, but we can worry about UI at a different time. For now, we can just focus on what we want to create in the app. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to, okay, this is the column, right? We could do a size box, sure. Uh, yeah, so these are the children, which I just want to put a text and I want to see if it shows up or not. Okay, it does. So it means that there's not enough space at the bottom. Uh, yeah, there's not enough space at the bottom here to show the other things in the list, or if there's like something else, you know? Like, so for example, if we just like input a lot of these, it'll probably look a little weird. Actually, is that, wait, is that shorter? So it's like here, like up to here. Alright, it looks a little shorter. So I think that the that the screen height multiplies it, and I think I need to make it scrollable. Okay, I need to think this through. I think I can remove this, right? Yeah, we can remove this container, I'm pretty sure. Let's remove this container. I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. Yeah. The container was not needed. Uh, back on the grind, I see. Yeah, I am back on the grind. What's up, James? Hey, what's up, Craig? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are working on our modal sheet, and it doesn't look super great right now, but we are working on that. I think what we want is we want to have, like at the bottom of this, I think what we want is a block button. So we can go into here, or where is it? Here? The comments, and we can have a button. So let's try this out. This is in the row for the search bar, so we don't want it here. We want it here. Honestly, this like add apps to block list function can go outside of the function. And then we can move this container to be something else. Or like we can move this container to be its own widget. Oh, that doesn't make any sense because we have to set the state. Yeah, we have to set the state, so actually we can't do that. Mm, yeah, I think that's okay. Uh, I'm in the process of taking a full stack boot camp. Oh, nice. That sounds fun. Uh, how are you liking it? Are you enjoying the are you enjoying your boot camp? Is it hard? I enjoy it. It's fun for you. Nice. You're just getting started. I know somewhat just not enough. Yeah, no, it feels like that. I think that you start to feel a lot of the excitement when you start working on projects on your own. Um, but yeah. All right, let's just keep going. Uh, Curious to hear your experience getting a job with Google. What are your questions? Like anything in particular? I mean, obviously, I can't speak about anything confidential or anything, but I can try my best to answer to the best of my abilities, you know? My question is if I have like a long list of things. Oh, I don't think. Wait, what is this under? This is the content, right? Yeah. So if this is the content, then it goes in here. And now we need to dive into what exactly is happening with sheet content. Sheet content uh, gets a particular thing or gets a multiplier, which is fine. It creates a scroll controller, and the scroll controller is used for the header. I'm just confused because this other sheet that I have, okay, well that one doesn't count, but this one, all right. For example, let's, where's our debug? Profile app, debug. Let's do 20, and this will debug it so that, wrong menu, so that we get, oh, I need to refresh this, or I need to save this and then refresh it. All right. So this is gonna have 20 and we can scroll through this, right? Okay, so we could scroll through this and that's in the content page. And the schedule page model sheet looks like this. And I see. So the schedule list has its own scroll controller. Wait. The schedule sheet has its own scroll controller. Is that correct? Yes, the content is a schedule list and it takes the scroll controller passed into it. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. And the schedule list is its own widget that has a scroll controller that is used in what way? How is this used? Oh, this is used in I think I know where this is used. This is probably used in the list, right? Yeah, in the single child scroll view, you control the scroll controller. Okay. Okay, this makes sense. So, in that case, we need a scroll controller to be included in the list view here. And the only reason why uh we don't see that is because we need more apps. So I think I need to find a way to mock installed apps. Is there a way to do that? Might have to add a chat bot. I'll read chat in a second. Sorry, I'm just kind of in the zone a little bit. How is the interview process compared to other companies? Uh, I can't really. I mean, I can't. I don't know if I can. Like in my own. Let me put it this way. Like in my own experience, because like I don't want to speak like I don't know how in depth I can speak about the interview process, so I try to step away from like anything that like might be confidential. But for my own experience, um, I interviewed at a couple places. I think Google was the only one where I got an interview from big tech. I also applied to Meta and Amazon, but I wasn't in the job market too long. I was very lucky to I was very lucky to uh I was very lucky to be able to pass the interviews and also get the opportunity to work for my dream company very quickly. So I think I applied to three places at the time. I applied to Google, um Goldman Sachs, which is like a bank, I believe, and one other one which I don't really remember. It wasn't too important. And compared to the interview process, they were all pretty similar. Uh it felt kind of like, like your standard technical interview. And obviously there was like the on-site interviews for, big tech companies. So those range there's usually like anywhere from like 2 to 5 depending on what, like, I don't know what it is, but like I found stuff like on Blind or on Reddit about like what on-site interviews are like. People share their stories there. I used that. And but overall, like, the interview process was pretty long. And yeah, I didn't like it. I definitely don't like studying for structures and algorithms, but at some point I got a handle of it after I did about around like 250 questions on Leet Code, and I felt pretty confident about a lot of the interviews that I did. Uh, yeah, man, just general info. How stressful was it and such? Yeah. So in terms of stress, uh, Google is my dream company. So for sure, the the process for this specific company was like stressful for me because like I had anxiety. I felt like there was like a lot on the line. At the time, I wasn't very established in the industry. I only had about 2 years of experience, and I worked in a gas utility company. So I wasn't like in a software company doing normal software stuff. And so there was a lot of like imposter syndrome and not feeling good about where I was at the time. But I managed to pull through, and I managed to, I really just told myself like just put your best foot out there, and if you don't get it, like it doesn't mean that I'm not cut out for it. It just means that my best at the time wasn't enough. But I knew that as long as I put my best out there, like I wouldn't regret it even if I got rejected. And I'm really happy that I wasn't rejected. It was probably the highest hit of dopamine that I got getting into my company and passing the on-site interviews. I was definitely not ready for it. Um, I only asked because I'm back in the job market looking for a new job. Yeah, yeah. No, I totally get it. The job market's definitely really tough, and I totally understand. So, yeah, definitely feel free to ask any questions, and of course, I will do my best to answer them to the best of my abilities. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. If you have any other questions, obviously feel free to, but yeah. All right, so it seems like there's no way to there's no way to replicate this. So I think what I'll have to do is I will have to all right, I need to do a bunch of stuff actually. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to check my logic for this right here. Adding apps to a block list because we have it so the package if the package name isn't equal it continues. But we should also say like we should also say in here like we have to skip this essentially. So so what I'm thinking right now is I want to duplicate the apps that I currently have, but if I do, it'll just mess with a lot of the logic that I have. So honestly, I don't think that I want to do that either. What is this? I think what I want to do is I probably just want to create fake app data somehow. We can do a You know what we can do? We can do a thing where we pass in a bunch of fake data, a bunch of fake apps, and we can add that for debugging. So let's do that. It should be pretty fun to actually mock. So let's see if we can do it. So blocked. Okay, so where this is going to be located is it's going to be in the focus mode page because it's going to be when we create an app list. Because the app list is going to be formatting things, and pretty much after this, we want to say, uh, we want to see if debugging is enabled, right? Yes. Yeah, we want to do that. And then we want to say, we want to pass a boolean is debugging enabled. So we're going to mock data, but we only want this list to be populated with data if we pass in a debug function or a debug boolean. And here in, okay, we need a, yeah, perfect. And here it's going to throw an error because what we need in this case is we need to pass debug enabled like that. And pretty much we can save the boolean here. We'll say that debugging is initially equal to false, and then when this is constructed, we can say that. I think we might need to also do this. Use an initialization form. I think this means that it wants it to be a parameter. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I think we have to do something like this, no? How do we do this? I did this in I did this at some point. I think it was in one of the modal sheets. Great, now I have to find it because it's bothering me, but I want to find where okay, here. I did parameters and you can set defaults and you can also name them like that. Okay, so it's, oh no, but this is for a method. I think it's still the same. I think it's like this. Like that. And you can just do this. And can't I just have this be required? No? I thought that this was enough. Alright, I guess that this is only used to create named variables. So let's just get this out of here. Let's ask the chatbot if this is correct. Uh, I only asked because I'm buying a job market. Yeah, I read that right. I appreciate that info. Didn't mean to pull you out of your float. Yeah, no, it's no problem. I think sometimes I just need a break from work anyway, like from coding, so I don't mind at all. So always feel free to ask. Is this? Hmm. Uh, it says that it's correct. I mean, we'll find out shortly, but I don't know if this makes any sense. Hmm. Ah, man, I took a nap and I'm still a little tired. Mm. Yeah, see? They were able to do it this way. Let's do it. Let's do it like that. Okay, there you go. I did it. So that'll work, and that'll set the expected one expected but two found. Uh, well, I still want to be able to fill the parameter in. Yeah, I don't know. I want to be able to pass a optional parameter into this constructor. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, here, required. Wait. Uh, is that really the way to do it? I don't think that fixes it. Too many positional, zero expected, but two found. All right, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with these optional parameters, but it is not working. Hey, Kelvin. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes I feel insecure about this haircut, but it seems like you guys like it, so I'm happy to get the validation, you know? I'm also glad that I'm back to coding because I took a little bit of a break and it honestly just feels very calming to work on my own thing. I just don't know how this works. So I think I have to ask a normal question. I need to ask, how do I pass parameters into a constructor with an optional default value? And let's see if we can get any context for that. Oh, I see. So no need for the braces. Name parameters must be enclosed. What if I do this? Oh, optional square in a constructor, what is the difference between a square bracket and curly braces? And we'll mention that this is for Flutter. Hmm. Uh, they can both be used, but square brackets are used for optional positional arguments. These parameters are listed after required ones based on their order. And then curly braces are used for named optionals. I don't understand. Option, what are positional arguments? Either way, it feels like, I feel like this shouldn't be a problem then, right? Maybe I have to mark this as required. Oh, it's because it's because it's an optional. so we can just pass it in as a parameter versus a required. That's so weird because doesn't that mean that we can do this? No. Oh, the parameter context isn't defined. I see, I see. All right. Okay, that makes sense. So all right, I figured it out. Hooray. Now everything's all good in the world. And now we can say if is debugging is enabled, let us add we're going to create fake apps here. What do we need to do? We essentially need to cast it, or we need to create a fake profile app. So profile app is equal to this. We could say that package name, or actually this would be in a for loop. And we could have this be I to huh. We'll have a number of fake apps and iterate over it. And what we want to do is we want to let's see. We want the package name to be fake app I or no, it's and we want what else do we have to fill out? We don't have to fill out anything else, but we do have to fill out the icon, right? And the icon is a little special because the icon is generated by creating a byte stream. And it's created by doing a byte stream. So, but we can also just create an image, honestly. So we can do saved icon is equal to image. And we can do, let's pull an image from something. So Flutter image from file path. Let's see, image file path. Is there more examples? Probably not, but this seems pretty simple enough. So let's try this out. Which one did that import? What did it import? I think it imported dart.io. I guess that's fine. And should we just have it here? Like, where should we have an asset folder? We should already have an asset folder in our library, no? Library source. Okay, we do not have an asset folder. I guess we'll just have an asset folder here. assets. All right, let me see if I could get a logo. We can use the Flutter logo. Default image Flutter logo. Placeholder. All right, I guess I'll just download a Flutter logo. Sure. This looks good enough, right? This one? Sure. Save image as Flutter. No, VS Code. And focus up. Library, source, asset. We'll save it in there. And we'll rename it to Flutter logo. And how do we do this? How do we string path? If the path is a relative path, it will be interpreted relative to the current working directory. If it's an absolute, it will be immune to changes in the work directory. So Flutter, how do I do file paths for this code? Can you give me an example of how to fill in this file path? File paths always feel like I kind of know what to do, but I don't know what the best way to do it is. All right, I think I can just do that. Let's just hope that it works. So from this package, it would be lib slash source slash assets slash flutter logo.png, right? And I mean, that's the best it's going to get. Is this gonna crash? Oh, there you go. Uh, the logos are gone for everything. Failed to decode image. Let's say this is false, right? And we refresh this. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the image data is being invalid, and the problem is with saving. So like pretty much we cache blocked apps into, like we cache the value in. So it doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense that this is working, because this generates an icon from memory, with the width and a height. Maybe we just need the width and height to be the same. Uh, okay, width and height equals 40, right? Let's try that. Uh, what is happening? Okay. I think it's having problems grabbing the assets. Uh, in that case, it'll probably be, whew, um, it'll be here when it tries to pull the image in, and it'll be the leading. It's a widget. And it's dot get icon. So dot get icon is going to be this. I'm a little confused as to what's happening here. I think it's having problems pulling in the image. Yeah, I think it's having problems pulling in the image. Uh, let's see how we're supposed to add assets. All right, so we have to specify it in the public.yaml file. All right, where is Flutter? Here. And mm, I don't know if this is the right way. I think I should just ask how to do it through Stack Overflow. Hmm. I don't know how to do this. Oh, I see. Because it needs time to get the local file. I see, I see. So I think I need to add the asset so the image is already loaded in, right? Like that makes the most amount of sense. So we should, yeah, let's do what we had before. Let's try this. Let's just try, is it one space or two spaces? It looks like two spaces. And we can do lib source assets. And we also need the slash. And then all right, loading images, asset images. Okay, let's try that. So image, all right. Image, image, asset image, and we need a string. So assets dot flutter logo dot png, and I mean, this looks pretty good. All right, let's see if this works. I have no idea if it will. It's taking a little bit of time to load. All right, it is still not working. It is still breaking. Yeah, it is running into the issue of load async failing. I don't know what is the issue. See, I feel like this is what I did. To display the image, you just have to do image asset and then Yeah, I don't get it. Let's put in the failure. Do we really have to make it so specific? Assets slash Flutter logo dot png. Guess we'll try it again. No, this still doesn't work. It's not being found, so we finally got an error, which is good. And we can try and find out what is going on. Maybe we just need to do the whole file path. Okay, there you go. Fixed it. Nice. All right. It turns out that, all right, so I'm pretty sure, like, if we did this, would this fail? Or not that, uh, this. Like, this would still work, right? Like, the directory should still, yeah. So the directory still works out. And if we did this, we have a list here, and we can scroll through it. Very cool. Okay, cool. Uh, kind of don't like how small this is because like yeah, this is very very small, but we can work it out for sure. But okay, cool. So now we have a bunch of fake apps. It's fine if they're not perfect, but they should be good enough. And we can mark this as a constant. Why is it still doing this continue thing? Like, is there still an error? Let me see. There shouldn't be any problems, I think. All right, cool. Uh, awesome. Cool, cool. Everything's working out. It's looking pretty good. Uh, Honestly, this is like a good place to end for now. So yeah, I think this is good. So we'll definitely uh we will definitely end this by for one, we're gonna test something out really quick, and we'll have to do this because every time we push, we have a test where we have to make sure that the that debugging isn't enabled, make sure that everything is behind that safeguard, and if we refresh this, sure, uh, let me refresh this. Okay, it's not gonna work because this isn't properly refreshed or whatever. Um, yeah, we have to work out like clearing the data before like it has to be like this, and then you have to refresh it, and then after you refresh it, I think that clears the data, and you can. No, it's just gonna break. We just have to figure out that debugging later, but it's fine. Uh, yeah, I think that's fine. We can actually work on fixing this debug state in a little bit, but it's just failing because the schedule index isn't properly set, uh, or like reset, I believe. I mean, we should fix this if it's broken like off the bat. Uh, Mastering dynamic is not a type. Schedule index is 0, and map string dynamic is not a subtype of scheduled item. You know what's probably happening? This is probably being called in a bunch of different places. It's probably being called in here. This is a schedule item and a schedule item. Map string dynamic. So I think it's being seen as a JSON object. I wonder where this is getting stuck on. It's getting stuck on focus page menu where it selects a schedule. But why does that? I don't understand. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's see what it does. So it says that the list is a map of 2 items. Really? That is so weird. It should be a list of scheduled items. So that is very interesting that that's how it comes off actually. So let's see. You know what it is? It gets pulled in because it was already saved, so it's getting pulled in from read personal profile, and that decodes it and gets the string. And personal profile encodes everything. Yes. So from what's being passed back from update personal profile is this, and this is being casted into schedule item. Why is it a map? It's seen as a map of two items. I think in that case, maybe this isn't being casted properly. I was gonna end and then I got stuck on something. And now I don't want to end it. All right, so the problem is that the JSON object is not casting this item properly. So we need to take this JSON object that represents an array and we need to cast it into objects. So we have to search that up. Uh, Flutter convert JSON objects into list. Okay. Hey Izuku, welcome back. Hello, hello. Happy holidays. Glad to see you back here. Thanks for coming by. Uh, and says, hey, how long have you been learning mobile development? Uh, it's my current job, so I've been learning about iOS mobile development for about 2 years, and I started learning about Flutter development 9 months ago. So like around March of this year, I've been studying it and learning about it. Yeah, it definitely needs to be that. A schedule list should be a list of schedule items, which means that we need to convert this into a list from something. List of scheduled items from All right, let's try doing that. Iterable L equals JSON decode. Okay, I don't need to do this. I could just do as list. I don't know if this is correct. This is a key value. So let's see. It's a key value with schedule lists and the value being a list of maps. So this is a list, right? So actually, this is fine. And we should just be able to iterate onto this. Yes, that is correct. We need to take this JSON object and we need to map. Schedule item has a from JSON, right? Yeah, it does. From JSON I. Why can't it be used with static access? Let's try it with that's a list, right? And we should map. I don't understand. What is this? This is a string. This is a map. So why is it being so difficult? I see. It's because this is something that can be like nullable because technically schedule list doesn't exist, so it can't figure out what it should be doing. Um, so we just have to assume what we want it to be. Or we can actually do as map like this. I wonder if this will work. Just like marking it as a list scheduled item. You think this would work? I feel like I might just crash my app. I feel like this would not work. All right, so it's a list, has a scheduled item, and yeah, okay. All right, list dynamic is not a type of list scheduled item. If I do dot, okay, yeah. So let's see if this works. I don't think it will. I think we need to iterate over the dynamic list, and for each entry, we need to map it to a proper schedule item. I think that's the way to go about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not right. All right, let's go back. Not to this, but let's oh, why isn't this working? More importantly, why does it work? Why does it work when I'm in Okay, it works when we're in debug because we never actually save it because we keep on refreshing the state. I see. So this is actually a problem that will happen in production. So we need to fix this. Mm. All right, let's see. Map, dynamic. All right, so this needs to be dynamic. And item from JSON to do list. All right, I think two lists should be good enough. And now we have to figure out all right, iterable dynamic cannot be assigned. There has to be something we can do here. All feel like I'm following things to a T, but I feel like it's just not working. Jeez, this is a hard problem. I wrote or I have documentation somewhere. Let me see if I could find it. All right, so converting a list. Converting a list, you just encode it, and then converting a list of objects into JSONs, you do this, and then uh, twos to. This is to JSON though. Like, how do we grab it from the JSON? Dang it. Excuse me. I don't know where I'm supposed to find. Like, all this does is it teaches us how to how to convert to a JSON, but it doesn't go over how to decode it. All right, this is probably the article I was looking for. This is just for normal, this is just for normal shared preferences though. I'm looking for, uh, I don't know if I'll find it. Dang it, I can't find it. JSON. I'm so confused. Uh, yeah, I think I'll do something like this, honestly. I think I'll create a, so I don't know why it's like this. It should be like that. I'll create something, list schedule item, um, decode schedule item list, and this will take a map. Uh, Let me double check what this ends up being. Just do things the old-fashioned way, you know? Iterate over the list, translate it, and send it back like a normal, just like how you normally would do it, you know? Got a list of schedule item, and this is a list of map, right? It's a list. It's a list of a map, of a map string dynamic, correct? Map string dynamic. Okay. So, uh, in order to fix this, we need to do map string dynamic JSON, and we need to say do something plain like this, and we iterate over it, right? And we say if is not empty, is this still a list? Like the schedule list here? I keep forgetting what the type is. It's a list of maps, no? Or is it is it just a map? I have no idea. I was gonna stop early and now I'm just continuing to work on stuff. But that's fine. Sometimes you just end up working on more things. Okay, so it is a list. Schedule list is a list, and it creates a key value with a list of one item, and that has a list that has a map. What the heck? What do I convert it into? Map string dynamic. Okay, a little weird. Okay, so when we pull the value, it is a list that is a list of maps with the key value being so it's map dynamic, right? It's a list of map dynamic. It's a list of map dynamic. So would it be safe to just okay. We have to get some things in order. This coming out is a list of map string dynamic. Like that. That looks so complicated. That looks so complicated for no reason. Yeah, because even here, when we're converting it, we take the array and we convert it here into a personal day schedule. Where's to hash map? Yeah. So this is from JSON and we convert it properly. And week schedule is a hash map. I don't even know if this works, to be honest. What do I do for to JSON? Schedule list is cast to. Why do I do that? Because it's a dynamic. This should not be this. This should be schedule list. The problem is that we cast this to dynamic so that it fits this criteria of a string dynamic, but then when it comes back, it needs to be reconverted. And this is equal to a list of a map. That's so messy. And the map is of string dynamic as well. So we need to take the map dynamic we need to take the list of map string dynamic, which is what it is. I mean, it comes off as that, right? It comes off as a list, and it's a list of map string dynamic. And we need to take this, we need to return this list eventually. And if this JSON is not empty, we need to go through the list and we need to convert it. So we have to say schedule item is equal to schedule item. Honestly, from here, we can just say that for uh for each map in JSON list, for map in each JSON list. Why is it doing this? Oh, it isn't used. Map. We can just do this schedule map from JSON, right? So we create an item, we populate it, right? And then we list.add item like that. And then over here, this returns the list. So we just honestly want to comment this out. We want to say decode schedule item list, and we pass in the list, which will be converted. All right, let's see if that works. Hopefully. It should work. This makes sense to me. List dynamic is not a subtype. Let's see how we can convert this. We need to convert a dynamic list into a list of map string. Let's see how this goes. Maybe it's just that simple. You can just do as list. I don't think it'll be that easy. Yeah. All right, this looks promising. Data for each value.add from JSON. Okay, that works. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. And then let's do this and say for each element dot add scheduled item dot. Yeah, that doesn't work. I don't know why that doesn't work, but we can just do this. And this from JSON should properly map everything, right? And what is the problem with this? Why is this functional literal shouldn't be pass for each? Okay, sure. So I'll just... Okay, if you don't want it to be for each, I'll just do this. And I'll say, uh, it's a list of dynamic, right? So you can say that for dynamic map, I mean, that's good enough, right? Well, we don't know if this will work, but we can try. I can't tell if it broke. Oh, wait. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. Nice. Okay, cool. Oh, we did it. Oh, yes. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. I mean, I knew that it would be kind of simple, but I should have just trusted myself a little bit more. Okay. Uh, we did a lot of work here. So we'll probably do another commit today as well because we did so many different things here. Okay, let's so main.dart is turned off already, which is great. Which is it's crazy that we wanted to we wanted to end this, and so we were getting ready to push, and then we ended up finding a lot of different things to fix. So fixed um prod issue, um more uh blocking page modal sheet work, and I think that's good enough. We can push that. Cool. Uh Hopefully these all pass, and then we can call it. Nice. All right, everything got pushed, everything passed. All right, cool. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. Super appreciate it. If you guys liked being around and coding with me, then feel free to subscribe so that you can get notified the next time that I stream. But thank you all for hanging out, for supporting me. Super appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next stream. Bye.